You know the feeling. It's late. The only light in the room is your screen, and you see the email you've been waiting for. The subject line is neutral. The text is short. Priorities have shifted. We're pausing this for now. And then, nothing. Just the hum of your computer. And in that silence, your mind starts its work. It doesn't just report what happened, it tells you what it means. The story lands instantly, fully formed. You failed. You wasted all that time. You weren't good enough. And you believe it. You don't even question it. The feeling in your gut, the heat in your face, that's you agreeing with the story, not reacting to the email. There's so much advice out there about being resilient, about failing forward and bouncing back stronger. And that's fine for the big, loud failures, the ones you can fight, the ones you can point to. But what about the quiet ones? The opportunity that just evaporates, the friendship that ends not with a fight, but with slowly unanswered texts. The massive effort at work that's met with complete, crushing indifference. How do you bounce back from a ghost? How do you learn a lesson from silence? The real fight was never with the event. It's with the automatic story you tell yourself, nanoseconds after it happens. Think about it. Your friend cancels plans. The story, they don't want to see me. Your boss gives you a one-word reply. The story, they're angry with me. The Stoics had a name for that moment of belief. They called it assent. It's the internal nod. It's the instant you say, yes, this story is true. And with that simple, silent agreement, you give a neutral event the power to cause you real pain. It happens so fast you don't even see it. An event occurs. Your mind suggests a story about it, and you give your assent. You fuse them together until they feel like the same thing. As the philosopher Epictetus wrote, "It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things." The short email didn't disturb you. Your judgment that the email proves your inadequacy is what disturbs you. The email is data. The failure is a story you chose to believe, and you can learn to choose differently. Imagine a craftsman, a watchmaker. She's poured a year of her life into a single, beautiful timepiece. She takes it to a competition, and it doesn't win. It doesn't even get an honorable mention. In that moment, the first story flashes into her mind. I've failed. A year of my life, wasted. My work means nothing. She can assent to this. She can give that internal nod and let the bitterness seep in, poisoning the love she has for her craft. It might even make her stop completely. Or she can do what the Stoics taught. She can stop. She can create a tiny space between the event and her reaction. And in that space, she can look at the story without automatically believing it. She can separate the facts from the feeling. The fact is, my watch did not win this one competition on this one day. The story is, therefore, I am a failure. By refusing to assent to the story, she stays free. She can see the event for what it is, just information. Maybe the judges had a different taste. Maybe her work was too modern. Maybe it was just bad luck. By refusing to label the event a catastrophe, her power remains hers. She can return to her workshop tomorrow, not as a failure, but as a craftsman. Her spirit is untouched. This isn't just a nice idea. It's a skill you can build right now. It's mental first aid for when life hits you. Here's what it looks like on Tuesday morning when that anxiety spikes. It's 3 simple steps. First, pause. The moment you feel that old, familiar rush of shame or anger, do one thing. Nothing. Don't reply to the email. Don't fire off the text. Put your hands flat on your desk and just breathe for 1 full second. That space you just created, That's where your freedom lives. Second, separate. Grab a post-it note. Seriously, on the left side, write what happened. Be brutally objective, like a security camera. I received a one-word email. My colleague interrupted me. On the right side, write the story I'm telling. My boss is furious with me. My colleague doesn't respect me. Seeing them side by side in your own handwriting reveals the gap between reality and your interpretation. Third, question. Challenge the story on the right. Just because it's your first thought doesn't make it true. Ask yourself, what are two other, less painful explanations? You don't have to believe them. You just have to admit they could be true. Maybe my boss was just busy. Maybe my colleague was excited and got carried away. This act of questioning breaks the spell of the first painful story. It turns a verdict of disaster back into simple information. This is the real work. It's not about pretending bad things are good. It's about refusing to pour your own gasoline on the fire. It's about stopping the second wound, the one you inflict on yourself with your own story. Most people will live their entire lives as puppets of their first impressions, yanked around by stories they never once stopped to question. But you can choose a different path. You can practice this quiet, internal art of catching your own thoughts, of seeing the space between what happens and what you decide it means. The most important battles you'll ever face aren't out there in the world. They are won or lost in the silent second before you agree with your own story.